sometimes we'll just put the contract discussion aside. Do you have a hard deadline in mind for that?
Yeah, we coming up to it. Like, it's coming up. It's coming up. No season coming up. We're going to be good for the season.
Is there any change on that front? Any update on the contracts?
No updates. No updates.
So, I mean, is it fair to say that you want to have it done or not done by week 1?
Yeah, for sure.
Lamar Jackson, Ravens quarterback and the 2019 NFL MVP, making it clear that week 1 is the deadline for getting a deal done. He's been negotiating with the team. No indication of any progress whatsoever. John Harbaugh, coach of the Ravens, said that same day, the deal gets done when it gets done. Somewhat philosophical, existential. The deal will be done when it is done. But when will it be done? We had an item yesterday that lays out all the possibilities if they don't get a deal done by week 1. Obviously, it's not a real deadline. They could get a deal done later. Even if Lamar says, I'm done negotiating, if they say, hey, we're giving you everything you want, he'll probably say, okay, I'll take the deal. But Chris, if this thing goes through the season without a contract and we get into the 2023 offseason, it gets messy, it gets delicate, it gets difficult, even more than it's already been. It's in everyone's interest to work something out before week 1.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't seem like there's a lot of tension there. Like, it doesn't seem like it's gotten personal yet. So that's a positive. Lamar, I mean, that's not your normal reaction interview type thing there with a guy that, should be paid like he's one of the best quarterbacks in football, period. I mean, there's no doubt. I wonder what the number is or what the sweet spot is. I know he should be paid more than Kyler Murray. That's what I know for sure. He should be, one of those guys that we always put in the class of next, right? And I don't know if you make him surpass Aaron Rodgers. That's a pretty special contract. But I certainly think, in a few weeks, if they told me, hey, Lamar Jackson is the number 2 highest paid quarterback in football, I'd go, yeah, okay. You mean the guy that won the MVP and just brings the team to the playoffs every year? And the team is, built around him? So again, I'm all for it, and then I wonder what that sweet spot is for that money or that contract, and then it gets into is Deshaun Watson's contract really ruining this whole conversation and making the issue here?
And I think the most fundamental problem here, and look, everybody knows how I feel if they've paid any attention to our show for the past couple of years. It's the player who represents himself, and it's one thing to be the free agent that's being courted by a team. This is a difficult spot. Franchise quarterback.
Right.
Franchise quarterback trying to get a contract done. The team does not want to be perceived as having taken advantage of him. I mean, look, here's the bottom line. This final deal is going to be scrutinized more heavily than any other contract that's ever been done before, because agents are going to be looking for it, for any sign that, the Ravens got the better of Lamar Jackson, all the more reason for him to have had an agent. Or, you're going to be looking at it to say, hey, look, Lamar Jackson did pretty well for himself without an agent. Maybe more guys should go without an agent. But I just think the fact that it's taken this long is proof positive that you need an agent, because I guarantee you, if Lamar Jackson had an agent, they'd have it done by now, because there would be that independent sort of voice that can explain the hard truth to Lamar Jackson that the Ravens just aren't in a position to even begin to explain.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't imagine. I mean, again, I'm not Lamar Jackson, certainly not. He's Superman, and I'm just dumb Chris Sims sitting here talking to Mike Florio. But I can't imagine being like a quarterback of his stature, and then, hey, I'm worried about football, and then I got to go into some meeting with, the powers that be with the Ravens and talk about contract stuff. That just is outside of my realm of thought. Even now, I mean, it's still not. I'm still the guy that just, let me do my show, let me watch football, let me do my podcast. Oh, it's time for a new contract? Call my agent. I don't know what I'm talking about or what the hell we're going on here. I just know what I do. And I just can't even put myself in his shoes. I hope it gets done. I do. I mean, I think the Ravens are a damn good football team this year. Like, watch out. And Lamar's awesome. And I don't give a damn. I'm sick of hearing people talk about like him in a negative fashion. It's just wrong. He's a great thrower. He's a great passer. And he's a great leader for your football team. And I think some of the haters on social media need to shut up and realize that he's one of the best ones out there. Period.
It's another reason to have someone who is advocating for you to reporters, to analysts, to anyone to push back against the hate that is going to get directed, especially at the guys who don't have the mechanism in place to take up for themselves. And I agree with you. It's a huge area of stress and strain and effort and focus to try to take care of a contract when you otherwise have other things to do. And that's all the more reason for the Ravens to get this done. Let's get this done and let's move on. And we know we have Lamar Jackson for years to come.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.